Hello, I'm Jennifer from Urbanisha. Today, I would like to introduce new feature of ARSEUS. As an artificial intelligence for urban planning based on spatial data analysis, ARSEUS has been improved to deal with some remote sensing techniques by utilizing Google Earth Engine. In this video, we will demonstrate how ARSEUS generates NDVI, a vegetation index, NDBI, a built-up index, and NDWI water index. So first of all, we will try to ask if ARSEUS knows about Google Earth Engine or not, before we ask for help in processing NDVI for a specific location, just to ensure that ARSEUS is familiar with it. It seems ARSEUS is familiar with Google Earth Engine. Now let's try to ask if he can help us analyze NDVI. In ARSEUS, you just need to ask as if you're speaking to a human because ARSEUS is an artificial intelligence, and it's best to ask in proper and correct language so that your question is perfectly understandable. After preparing your question, click Submit to send it to him and wait a moment until ARSEUS responds to you. See, he has provided an answer for you. Take a look. He's asking you several questions, which are all things he needs before proceeding with the NDVI analysis you requested. For the first step, he needs 2 coordinates as the boundary of the study area from Google Maps. Generally, ARSEUS can access any region as long as it's recorded in the Google Earth Engine database. For now, it seems we just chose the city of Amsterdam as the location study, but of course, you can try other places according to your needs later. Here, you just need to click on the map, and after the coordinates are displayed, simply copy and paste them into ARSEUS. As much as possible, explain the coordinates that you're providing to him. Oh yes, I forgot to mention, because ARSEUS processes through Google Earth Engine, you need to have an active Google account and Gmail at the very least. After you submit the required information, he will check whether all the questions have been answered or not. If any are missing, he will ask you again. Here, you can respond out of order as long as he still understands each answer you provide. Okay, in this demonstration example, we want the NDVI analysis he produces to come from imagery from the year 2022 with appropriate cloud cover, which is under 5%. It seems there's just one last question we haven't answered, which is where we will save the output file later on our local computer. Here, ARSEUS needs the address of the output file we intend to save. Just for your information, ARSEUS is equipped with a drag and drop feature. So, for this demonstration, to simplify the process, we'll drag and drop one of the files and then just replace the output. And don't forget, it requires the HTML extension. Okay, it looks like we've answered all the questions. Now we just need to ask him to process it and wait for the results. Remember, the duration of the process carried out will depend on the size of the study area provided to ARSEUS. So, the smaller the study area, the faster we will obtain the results. Conversely, the larger the study area we provide to him, the longer it will take to process. And finally, ARSEUS has completed the task we requested, which was processing NDVI for part of the city of Amsterdam. Notice that there are 2 outputs provided. The first output is an HTML file on your local computer. The second, the GeoTIFF file, is saved by default into your Google Drive account. You'll find a new folder called Urbanisha GEE, and the GeoTIFF is saved inside of it. Here, I've already saved a shortcut to the Urbanisha GEE Google Drive. The Urbanisha GE folder will only appear if your first attempt to process imagery with Google Earth Engine through ARSEUS is successful. Okay, let's proceed to the next experiment. which is asking ARSEUS to process NDWI and NDBI from the same request. Here, we don't need to repeat giving inputs like in the initial process, but amazingly, we just have to ask him to change the analysis so that the output becomes a geotiff of NDWI or NDBI. Cool, isn't it? As you can see, just like before, each analysis output will generate two outputs, one on the local computer and the other on Google Drive. You should check both. Sometimes you need to wait a bit until the file on Google Drive is fully available. The larger the file, the longer the wait. In this demo, it takes about 1 to 2 minutes to wait until the geotiff file is saved on Google Drive. If it doesn't appear, you might want to click the refresh button in your browser to make sure the file is there or not. And now it's time for NDBI. Just do as you did before and you'll see the results. Great, 2 files have been produced, and once again you can check both files. The output that is saved in HTML format in principle, you can't change its style, such as the color, for example. However, more advanced settings, such as changing the color, making classifications, and others can be done with the help of GIS editor applications like ArcGIS or QGIS. In this demo, we will use QGIS to view detailed information about each geotiff file that has been produced, whether it's NDVI, NDWI, or NDBI. To display data in QGIS, you need to download the raw data generated from your Google Drive account by downloading the file you want. Here in QGIS, you can see several outputs with different values on each raster. Here, you can change every detail you want, such as color, classes, layout, and more. Or maybe you can perform other processes, like clipping according to the specific area boundaries you're interested in, or perhaps you want to conduct further analysis using the data that has been generated. Oh yes, I forgot to mention currently in ARSEUS, each data produced like NDVI, NDWI, and NDBI comes from Landsat 8 with a resolution of 30 meters. Going forward, we aim to develop ARSEUS to be compatible with other satellite imagery like Sentinel and others, especially to produce outputs with different resolutions and scales. Okay, it looks like that's all I can explain in this video. My apologies if there was anything missed in our explanation this time. Thank you for your support, and as always, strengthen our community. And don't forget to subscribe to keep up with the new technology developments from Urbanetia. I'm Jennifer, and see you in the next videos.